All right, we're going to tell you the 10 reasons why you need to book a Virgin cruise and why we think you would love it.
Yeah, and this video, I'm going to be using my phone because I don't want to miss this list, and we're going to get right into it.
All right, let's talk about the bands.
The bands.
This band was absolutely the best thing.
Yeah.
I never knew how much I needed this in my life until I went on a Virgin cruise.
Yeah.
How nice was it not to have this clunky card that you had to either have like a lanyard hanging around your neck? I felt like I was at work every time I'm on Royal Caribbean because, or even Disney, like you have to have that card in order to get on and off the ship, in order to get to your room. This was so nice because it was on your arm and it was with you at all times, and it wasn't like annoying.
Yeah.
You know, it was just so nice. You use this to getting into your room. You use this when you're getting off the ship. You use this when you're at the restaurants because they scan it to see if you have any allergies.
Yeah, it's like the best thing ever. Even if you're going up to the bar, like you're getting coffee or anything like that, it's like, okay, just hold your wristband up to them, like, dude.
Yeah.
It's kind of like one of those things like, why can't we have like something like this? It's, all right, put it this way. It's like paying for everything with your Apple Watch.
Yes.
If you have an Apple Watch or Android watch or Samsung watch.
And you didn't know how nice it was until, I think the biggest one was when we were at the port and we had to come back onto the ship.
It was Bimini, right?
Yeah, it was Grand Turk.
It's in Grand Turk, yeah.
So you weren't fumbling around or yelling at each other or like arguing, like, who has the cards? You have the cards. Where'd you put the cards? You know how like that feeling of pressure of, oh my God, don't lose the cards. Make sure you have the cards. Or even when you're getting off the ship, you're like, do you have the cards? There's been times we've had to run back to the room because we forgot a card. It's always with you.
It's always with you.
Thank you for this. This was the best.
And as you can see, we still haven't taken ours off.
It's like a little friendship bracelet. We're friends.
Oh, okay. All right, number 2, we're gonna move into the hammocks, and I'll let you jump on this one because I really didn't have an opportunity to get inside the hammock.
I'm just saying, you missed out. It was like the best thing ever. The hammock was so relaxing. So I will say, if you're gonna book a cruise on Virgin and you're going between, should I get an inside cabin or a balcony? Get the balcony.
Get your hammock.
Yeah, the hammock was everything. Like, it was so relaxing. And I see some people just sit in it. No, stretch that baby out. Put your legs in it, lay back, go to sleep, take the red blanket from inside the room, bring it onto in the hammock. You'll thank me later.
Yeah, and the other thing we would say, look, a bonus tip is make sure you bring a light onto the boat. Like, it's just a really small light. I wish I had mine right now. So at night, if you want to hang out there and you don't want it to be pitch black, you just set your little light up in the corner, like a little square, so you can have some light if you want to read out there, or if you just didn't want to be, stuck out there
in the pitch black. Yeah, but the hammock was life. Like, you don't realize how it made you relax even more. Like, I think it added another level to your room because it made you enjoy the balcony. Sometimes sitting in the chairs are uncomfortable, or you just want to go to another part of the ship because you want to lay out on like a lounge chair. This gave you that. Yeah, the only thing I wish was there was 2 because Jason did not get an opportunity. Sure, I think you got in there for like 5 minutes. Like, no. Stop lying to the people. He did get on 5 minutes, okay?
Number 3, we're going to be talking about the restaurants. And this is my favorite because I like the fact that every restaurant offered something different, from Mexican to Italian to what?
American steaks. It was like you had from the fancy, like the wake and extra virgin, to the more laid back, like pink and gumbe, where you got to
the hibachi. What am I talking about?
The hibachi.
So forgot about that.
Yeah, so let's go through the restaurants really, really quickly. So you had the first night we did gumbe. So gumbe was more of a hibachi thing, and they sit you with a group of people, and you get to kind of just get to know people. And it's a good way to start the cruise for the first day, because then the next day you kind of have someone that you know, or a familiar face, and you get to say hi to. So that was pretty cool. And they play different games. You don't have to drink if you don't want to, so you could just pass on the drinking part, but it was just a fun vibe. Was the food amazing? Nah, it was okay. But it was different. It was fun.
Different.
Yeah, so then we had like pink agave. It was pink agave, right? And that was more of a Mexican, and it's different than your ordinary Mexican. It's like kind of outside the box, so just have an open mind. Like, it was guac with those things in there. The little things, the red things.
Oh, guac with pomegranate.
Yeah, so it was different.
I was
like, but it was good. It was fresh. It was good. So there are some other little things that are a little bit different than a normal Mexican restaurant, but it was fun. Mm-hmm. Then we had what was the other?
Lotus Lounge, which is the old Razzle Dazzle or by Razzle Dazzle. That was pretty cool. The soup, I really loved the wonton soup inside there. That always was pretty consistent, and the steak was good as well too. They had a special kind of sauce on there. It was pretty good.
And I will say at all the restaurants, just try everything because they're gonna or the fun thing we did was you said surprise us. Yeah. Like they knew the allergies that Jason had, and we would like to surprise us. So they would just bring us out random stuff that they thought we would like, and that was pretty fun.
That was cool.
Then we have the wake, and the wake was really good. We enjoyed the wake. The wake was good, and it was more fancy. So if you're trying to decide which nights to dress fancier, you're gonna do the wake and extra virgin. Those are gonna be your fancy ones.
Extra virgin was Italian. I mean, I really can't complain about the food because again, it was something different every night. Restaurant. The only thing that we did not try was Test Kitchen.
Yeah, and we didn't hear really good reviews about Test Kitchen, so we did. Yeah, we passed on that one. Yeah. But if we could, we would have tried it. But we didn't have enough days and nights for that. Mm-hmm. I will say with the restaurants, I cannot stress this enough. Please book brunch there. So Wake and Razzle Dazzle has brunch, and I enjoy having someone serve me, even though you go to the galley and you do give them your order and they do call you back up, or you can have someone serve you at the table. Mm-hmm. I like sitting down at the restaurant and enjoying ourselves and having a good time there.
All right. Number 4 was the vibe of the ship. We went on the Scarlet Lady, and let me tell you, the vibe was everything. And I'm not talking about, hey, we're trying to turn up. No, I'm just talking about a relaxing vibe. Everything on the ship, even down to the different seating areas, it was everything. Like you would walk through one part of the ship on the left side, and all of a sudden you just have all these comfy couches that you could sit down, or
lots of beds. Like
it just gave that vibe, like saying, hey, you're here to relax. So relax. It's okay. It's all
no
nice.
Plastic furniture, which was nice. You know how sometimes that you get all the cool plasticky furniture on Royal Caribbean? This didn't have it. Everything was like this nice wood with nice dark blues. So it made you feel like you were really on an upscale cruise ship, and you didn't have to break the bank for it, which I think I loved a lot. It's so expensive. It felt a lot more expensive than what it was.
You're absolutely
what
right.
It was.
Especially, moving back to the specialty restaurants, because of most you have to pay for each individual one. This one, you didn't have to do that. So I really like that. And the vibe was more of this, like, think about when you want to get your friends over for game night, you have that kind of feel. You want to have go out for karaoke, you're going to have that. If you want to go to the shows, we enjoyed Booked. We recommend that one. That was a good show, and it kind of didn't make you feel like weird or anything like that. We like Booked. So Booked was cool.
Yeah, and the other shows, if you don't want to go, don't go. The casino was nice because there was no smoking in the casino, so that was nice. And they just had little pockets of things around the ship, like if you wanted to go to like hear jazz or go salsa dancing, they had those things around the ship.
DJs was there on the ship, like playing during dinner, and that was at the Mexican restaurant.
Yeah, that is a tip. Find out which night they're going to have like the Latin party night. Book your reservations for that night. We did not do that, but had we known, book your reservations for that night, because if you're there, then you can get in. There is like a little waiting list, but most of the time it's full, because as soon as it opened up, and it was already full, so we didn't get to go. So that was a good tip to know.
Number 5, moving on, no buffets.
No buffets.
And again,
lovely. I love it.
I am just a proponent of not believing in a buffet.
Like Jason calls it the golden corral of the seas. He hates the washy because most people aren't washing their hands properly. They're touching everything. Then you go back to the table, and you think you did a good job because you washed your hands, but you forget about other people not washing them properly. And we both got our whole family got the norovirus on our last cruise, which absolutely ruined it. This one, we didn't really feel that we were going to get sick because there wasn't everybody touching everything.
Yeah.
So when you go to the galley, which would be the Windjammer, you go to the galley, it's nice because you go up to the counter, you put your order in, you wait right there, they'll call you back, and then that's your meal, you know?
Or you go up to the counter, everything is behind the glass, you say what you want, they serve you.
Yeah.
I love that thing. I just love that look.
And it was nice because the food had more flavor than, because the only food that we would really get at the Windjammer was the international food, because that would where you get the flavor.
Yeah, and this is Windjammer on Royal Caribbean.
Yeah, on Royal Caribbean. Here was the food amazing? No, but it was really good. It was good. So you had a taco stand, you had a salad bar where you can, like, not just a salad bar, but they would customize each salad for you. And it was really good ingredients there with nice salad dressings. They had a ramen stand, you had a popsicle stand, you had hamburgers.
It was insane.
It was so much stuff. And then there was 24-hour like desserts that you would have desserts there. You even had the 10 p.m. cookies that you can get. So there was something for everyone, even the pizza, down to the pizza.
The pizza.
Like, it wasn't, what's the pizza called on Royal? Our kids know this. I can't remember. But that you would go down to pizza. The pizza was a lot better because it was like made to order. So it's not just sitting there. And they would give you nice little boxes. So because they want you to go out and enjoy your pizza, like outside, sit there, have a conversation. Yeah. So that was really nice. Even the ice cream.
The ice cream, so good.
Social Club.
Key lime. Social Club was great. The snacks, again.
It was really good. Like, it wasn't amazing, like, oh my God, I love this food, but it was really good food. Thanks so much for watching our video. We're just taking a quick second to let you know that we have a website.
Yeah, did you guys know that La Pointe Life is online at www.lapointelife.com? You might see it down at the bottom of this description. Right now, we're loading up all our tutorials. We're loading up all our guides that we have, because we believe that every family should travel outside their zip code and experience life outside their zip code. So head over to lapointelife.com right now and make sure you check out some of the resources that we got out there for you guys.
Yeah, so keep watching the video, like, subscribe, and join the journey with us.
Let's get you back to the video. Number 6, no announcements.
Doom, doom, doom.
This is your cruise director here. There was none of that. The only time we heard announcements,
two times.
That was when you had to do your muster stations, as far as like watch the video. They kept reminding you to log on to the phone, to the app, make sure you watch the video. Just go check into your muster station, and it kept replaying, and that was on day 1.
That was day 1 until we sailed off. After that?
Yeah, the captain made one announcement, just as far as like saying what we're sailing into, what he predicted the weather to be, but that was really about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I really didn't hear anything else.
And then the last day, when it was like, all right, you gotta leave, you gotta go, and that was like around 8:30ish. They would come on and be like, hey, it was great seeing you, but you didn't have to get off until 10:30. That's another one.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we forgot about that. Bonus. You don't have to get off the ship until 10:30. You can stay in your room until 10:30. You can enjoy that hammock until 10:30. Book your restaurant for brunch. Go sit down, have brunch. That's what we did. We got up. I think we left our room about 9.
Yeah, because our brunch reservations were at 9. Yeah. So
we had brunch at 9.
Everybody scrambling to get off. We're just hanging out.
We're hanging out. And that was a suggestion from when we booked we went to reservations the first day we got on. He was like, no, book brunch at 9. Enjoy the cruise ship. Like, they're telling you to do it. So we booked brunch at 9. We were done about 10. We went back to the room. We just made sure any little things we had, we took them out of the room. Then we went down and we booked our next cruise.
Yeah.
we did a podcast, we
shot a podcast. So hopefully we'll link it in this video so you can check it out.
But it was perfect, and it was so nice because once we got off at 10:30, we didn't have to wait in any long lines. No. It made you feel so relaxed, like the cruise did. It wasn't a rush. Like Royal, we're like, they want you out of the room. I think it was like 8 o'clock.
I can't remember.
But your suit, you have to get out. You're like half dressed. You're trying to. Then they crowd you into 2 restaurants to try to get you to eat there, or you can go to the Windjammer, and you're rushing, and it just gives you so much anxiety. It kills what you just had from a vacation because you're like anxious to get something to eat. Most people don't even eat. They just get off the cruise and they pay for food. It was nice to enjoy your one last meal.
I would say also one last thing too, when we were talking about getting off of the bags, putting your bags outside at night
is optional.
It's optional. You don't have to put your bags out. You could, if you're getting off, you could actually just pull the bags with you. But that is the joy of having an all-adult cruise, because if it's just the 2 of us traveling, we may not have a lot of bags. But we saw a lot of people with bags, and they just chose that they wanted to pull it down if they have to catch a flight. But that's an option. It's not mandatory.
It's not mandatory. And it's not depressing because you don't see a sea of luggage as you're walking back to your room from like something after dinner.
Yeah.
You know, usually on Royal, you're like looking and it's so depressing because all the luggage is out.
Like
You hear
it's come to an end.
It's come to an end. You just see a couple of people with luggage out. So that was really nice. All right.
Number 7.
No tips
are included. No tips. Yeah.
So meaning no tips, yes, there are tips, but you already pay that in advance. So you're not, you don't have that guilt at the end of the cruise because they put an extra envelope on your bed, because on Royal, you can pay for them in advance and them or have them already taken out. But it's always, they encourage you to give a little bit more, you know, and when you go to the dining hall, you always have that, you know, the last night, you want to hand the maitre d' something, you want to hand somebody else something, and that can add up, you know, especially for a family of 4, that can really add up. So it was nice not to even have that on your bed when you came back to the room.
Yeah, I mean, if you're led to give more, you definitely could do that. They're just direct, but it wasn't, and none of the servers at all even made the suggestion of saying, hey, don't forget. Now, they did ask for reviews, which we will definitely do, because especially if one stands out way more than the other, you want to make sure you do that. But yeah, tips are included. Everything is included,
which was so nice. And you don't realize how much that takes off of your plate because you just feel so much more relaxed with that.
All right, number eight. We're up to 8 already. We're going to talk about the staff. Yes. Listen, it is a different feeling of knowing that its staff is relaxed, especially when there's a company who puts so much effort into the well-being of their staff. And this is the feedback that we got just
from the staff.
They said they put a strong emphasis in making sure that their workers are taken care of. They care for the workers, and then of course the patrons, of course us, will come next. But they want to make sure their workers are up to par. They want to make sure that they're happy. They want to make sure they give them things. We even learned that the workers have their own clubs. They have
they were having a whole party at night. We were like, can we come? Everybody was like, because you know the staff was so happy to talk to you and just interact with you. It was so nice. Yeah, and everybody was like, can we come back to your party, because it sounds like it's a vibe down there, you know. And even just seeing the staff going to, there was certain times we would go up to the galley at night and we would just see the staff getting food and enjoying, and it was nice to know that they weren't forced in one area where they couldn't go upstairs to eat. Even we were at the Extra Virgin one night and we saw a couple, you know, like they were just having a meal together. You know, they came up and they were having a meal, enjoying a date night at the wake. I mean, Extra Virgin, which was really nice to see. I think
that's really cool. And not only that, the staff on the boat, the staff off the boat as well too, because we went to the private island in Bimini. We will learn that, you know, there's staff that don't live on Bimini. They get off the boat. So we saw our first server from Gumbe the first night. She was on. She was at
Sam.
She was at. No, was she on Bimini?
She was on Bimini.
We bumped into somebody else, but everybody was there. So it was the same staff that you knew. They just got off the boat. Now they're working on Bimini, and when the boat's going,
they're leaving
there as well.
Yeah,
but everybody in general was extremely happy.
Yeah, everybody was happy, and that made you happy and more relaxed. And again, that goes back into everything with the tips and everything else. You don't feel like they're only being nice to you because they're working for a tip. They're just being nice to you because they're really happy about their job. They're just happy about, you know, interacting with people and having a good time. And I mean, even the first day, I think it started with us when we went to make reservations, and I can't remember his name, but was it Brian? I think his name was Brian.
Oh, I can't remember.
Yeah. But you'll know him. He works in Razzle Dazzle, and he's the head manager at Razzle Dazzle. And when I tell you, he was the nicest, kindest, funniest, like laid back, made you feel like you were part of the family. He was just great. So it set the tone for our whole cruise.
And just to let you know, we're talking about on the Scarlet Lady. I'm not too sure if he jumps around, but this was on the Scarlet Lady.
He's so sweet. I love him.
Number nine, we're talking about room tech, and I was all over this. I was trying to figure out how they did it. I'm still trying to figure it out because I'm gonna power this entire studio with that. The room tech is top notch. I'm talking about the minute you buzz into your door, you open the door, you know, the blinds open up, the lights turn on, like they flow on. Everything was just so up to par. So everything was controlled by a tablet. It wasn't an iPad, it was like an Android tablet, and they had different settings as far as like different room vibes itself. It had like if you were just waking up, if you were trying to go to sleep, like a Zen type of feel, and it had accent lighting everywhere as well. But the greatest thing about the tablet, it controlled the AC, it controlled the blinds, and it also controlled the TV. If you want to go into theater mode, it was like one of the best things ever because it will like close the blinds, it will lower the lights, and then the TV would just automatically go on. The other thing about it was a remote control. So I'm telling you, everything inside this tech was to the next level. So I could definitely say that the room tech sold me the minute I walked in. I heard about people talking about this, but it wasn't until you get in there and experience it, like, okay, this is next level. This is some next level stuff.
Yeah, and I always say I'm not a techie person, but the room tech, it wanted you, the way they made it, you wanted to enjoy the room.
Yeah.
Like you didn't want to just drop your bags and leave. Like they wanted you to enjoy the movie. So there's tons of movies on there. So you can go on, and then when you press the button, you want theater mode. You have theater mode, so the lights change, the sound goes up. It was just a cool experience. Yeah. Again, I'm not a techie person, and I was so impressed by it. I was like trying to figure it out. You even order room service off of there and stuff like that. So it was pretty cool.
It's pretty cool. All right,
I'll give it to them on that one. Nice job.
And I'm still gonna figure it out. So we come to our last one on the phone here, and that is number 10. And I'm just gonna turn this off and just say, what is it?
No kids.
There was no kids on the boat. Yeah.
You don't realize how much, and we absolutely adore our kids. We love our kids. We have kids. So we're not coming from people who have no kids, empty nesters or anything like that.
No.
You don't realize how much kids change a cruise ship. You don't realize how much tension, anxiety, rush, the need to have so many more activities on board changes things until you are at Grand Turks and you pull up to a cruise ship that is Carnival and has a bunch of kids, and you're like,
what is this?
Oh my God, let's go. Start the boat. Let's roll, because it was so relaxing to just be able to relax and unwind and have that quiet time and be able to think and just be able to go to dinner and not worry about kids running around, kids screaming. It was nice not to have the elevators crowded with kids running up and down the hallway.
Yeah.
Having the food areas where there's a bunch of kids, like you're like trying to watch out because someone's about to run into you. It was just a really nice laid back way to relax with no kids.
Yeah.
And we talked to so many people who were on there. There was a couple, we were getting off at Bimini, and she was a grandmother, young grandmother though. She was a grandmother, and she was like, I'm gonna have a family cruise on here, and you can't bring your kids, so I'm excited about that. And she's like, I love my grandkids, but this was a different feel, it really made me enjoy it. Yeah. So I know we keep saying in our videos, I can't see us booking another cruise, not that it won't happen, but if we can help it, we're gonna go with Virgin, because it just made cruising on another level, and it just gave us the time to relax and enjoy each other's company. I see this good for girls trips. I see this good for guys trips if you want to. Good for really anybody, couples, friends, whatever. Solo. This is a perfect solo trip.
Yeah, and we've noticed a lot of solo travelers on the ship, but the greatest thing about it, like, most cruise ships, but I did see here a lot, was they had solo traveler activities, solo traveler sections. They were just things like getting them involved. Even, to be honest, if you're at Gun Bay and they're situated at a table with other couples or
the solo groups.
Yeah, it made sense because you get to know people.
You get to know
you really
people.
Get to know them really fast. So I did like that about the cruise. Big.
Yeah, and we saw people who weren't friends in the beginning who became like we saw a couple that we were sitting next to, and they were just friends. It wasn't like they were trying to date or anything. They just became good friends on the cruise because they went to those activities. And it was really cool because honestly, I'm not even lying about this, you couldn't tell who was a solo traveler from who was a regular traveler, because
hard to see,
it was hard to see because there were so many people who just wanted to be by themselves. They were with a group and they would go off by themselves and they would just relax, or there were couples, they were kind of just sleeping and relax. It was just so laid back, so you really couldn't tell who was who a lot of the times. And it was just big groups together. There were small groups together. You could join a group if you wanted to. whatever.
Whatever, yeah. So I would say that with our cruise, we did have the Scarlet Lady. We did a 5-day. I would say for the next one,
You got to go
wanna
longer.
Yeah, definitely longer.
We need more sea days
Yes.
because I want to enjoy that cruise. I want to enjoy the ship to every section of the cruise ship. You know, it was really cool. We did the spa. We enjoyed that. We enjoyed so many things on this cruise ship. Is it a perfect cruise ship? No. Is it a really good cruise ship? Yes. Would we recommend it? Hands down to anybody? Yes.
Yeah. So hopefully this video was helpful. Make sure you like and subscribe and send this to somebody that you know that's on the fence right now, thinking about, should I book a Virgin Voyages cruise? Like, what is a Virgin Voyages cruise? The one thing I want to definitely say is don't believe everything that you see out there. It all depends on who you're following and what videos you're watching, because our cruise, it was not the turn up that you may see if you follow somebody else. I'll tell you that right now. It was not like that.
You don't have to go to the areas that are turned up. It is going to be some turn up areas. You don't have to go to them. You could walk the other way and enjoy the cruise. You make it what you want it to be.
Yeah. We had a saying on a cruise, and it was like, there's one boat, but there are two different cruises happening at this time. So see you guys on the next one.
Yes.
Peace.